Three, two, one. Share your screen with your audience. Close. Hey, we are live. This is the first time I've ever done this off of my laptop. I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee. My show is normally called Synergy Cafe, and my name is Brad. I go by MagicBrad, as you might have noticed. And I live here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, actually a small town called Fridley. We call it Friendly Fridley. And again, I've never done this live stream like this. I'm going to see how this all goes. And I'm going to talk to you while I make a cup of coffee. So do you remember back in the AOL days, if you're as old as I'm 60, almost 68 years old, but I remember AOL. Remember that? You've got mail. And things have changed over the years. They're back. Hang tight, hang tight. But back in those days in Web 1.0, it was we're consumers of information. We had access to the internet. That was in like 1995, 96, 97, something like that. We had access to the internet, but there wasn't any real interaction with each other. There were like AOL chat rooms and stuff, so there was a little bit of that, but it wasn't at all like it is today. That was more Web 1.0, the early internet. And then as time went on, we started finding these platforms. Do you remember MySpace? And that was when, and then Facebook came along too, and that was more where people were interactive. They could actually sort of talk with each other, and that's when people started interacting and stuff. I'm not sure how this is going to sound. That sound okay? Can you still hear me with all that noise? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll move my computer over here. Make it a little bit farther away from there. Okay? So you can still see what I'm doing here. So that was Web 2.0, and it was, again, it's more interactive. However, people don't realize it, but these platforms are free, right? They're free to get on. The platforms are free, but what they're doing is they're learning about your psyche. If you click on like chocolate chip cookies, now the internet knows you like chocolate chip cookies, or you have interest in chocolate chip cookies. Or if you happen to click on a Corvette or a Lexus, and that data is being compiled about these individuals that are in this big database. If you've ever done any Facebook ads, you notice that there are all these different interest levels and job titles, and they just know about you. And that's the value. If you don't know what the product is, you're the product. So that was more the Web 2.0 of things. 1 second. Rice milk. This isn't an endorsement for rice milk, but I like rice milk more than I like cow's milk. I do about a 50-50 mixture of my coffee and espresso. Pour that right in there like that. Let's take another shot. Triple espresso. You ever been to that show, Triple Espresso? That was actually created by a friend of mine. Here, I'm going to take you over this side now. Spin you around here. Now we'll light up the microwave. Now it's loud on this side, isn't it? So, the Web 3.0, what's happening right now is it's sort of decentralized with all this AI and things. And do you remember, like with the banks, remember how the banks are? Is you put your money in a bank, then the bank takes your money and loans it out to other people at a profit. That's how those rich bankers get rich. They're using your money to loan out to other people for interest. You'd think that you'd be able to get a little, well, you do get a little bit. They pay you an interest. What do they pay, like 6 cents or something like that? You would think that we, the people, would be able to make a little bit more off of that rather than these banks buying these big giant buildings and stuff. Well, that's why the banks are a little nervous because of this Web 3.0, where the internet's going to kind of be run by the people. People are creating platforms where we can kind of buy and sell our own stuff between individuals rather than have a bank as the middle person. Because, you know, you got to use your Visa card or you got to use your PayPal account. And when you sell something, they take a little piece of it. Kind of like on Eventbrite. I do a lot of event work here in Minneapolis. Or I used to. I used to do more when it was pre-COVID. And now the COVID thing stopped everything. For me anyways. But so with Eventbrite, every ticket you sell, Eventbrite takes a little chunk of it. And if you do an ad on Facebook, the Apple people got a little, their claws in a little bit of that money. So you pay Facebook to do an advertisement, and Apple takes a little chunk of it. They have a little additional fee if you do a boosted post from your iPhone. Did you know that? At least it happened to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe they did. Oh, don't do that to everybody else. They just do it to me. So I've been doing more things now with affiliate marketing as opposed to event stuff. That's I'm a member of the Wealthy Affiliate. And for those that don't know what that is, it's an educational platform, also has multiple websites available to you, and then access to different products that you can promote and sell. And there's a lot of scammy ones out there. I've been part of them. Some of them got shut down by the FTC, and some of them are just nasty. Wealthy Affiliate, I like. So I do endorse it. And I get a percentage if you join. And if you do join Wealthy Affiliate, let's connect. I would like to collaborate with you and see how we can raise the ranks and sell 3. I'll get one, you get one, and we got a leftover one that you can have. So that's the new Web 3.0 thing. I'm going to go get my coffee. One sec. Here it is. It's hot. Hot, hot, hot. There it is. Look at this. Here we go. Ooh, nice. So that's the story, Morning Glory. I'm going to take you for a walk into my living room now. That's the nice thing about this Wi-Fi thing and this the wireless world. And this is my laptop. I got my coffee. I'm going to have a little seat on my couch. 1 second. There we go. So anyways, I've gone for 8 minutes. I don't want to take too much of your time. If you wanted to know more about this internet thing and you want to dabble in it yourself, feel free to tune in and find me. I'm one of the more open and transparent people, and I do that because I want to be known, liked, and trusted. I want to work with you. I don't really want any money from you. I want to work with you, and let's have a conversation about this income thing. It's interesting. I'm semi-retired. I'm collecting Social Security. I've got some money saved up, and then I'm making a little bit on the internet. But I'm not going to try and tell you that you can go buy a Lamborghini next month in 30 days and make $100 million. That's a bunch of phooey. It takes some time. Okay, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Go ahead and comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Try and be nice when you do that. I know some people don't, but I just ignore those. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good. Be kind. Be nice. Bye.